guys, this is Dr. Megan Marie DeLegas, a physical therapist and wellness coach. I'm going to go over one of the main core categories of strength training or core movements for functional strength, and it is the pull. The other ones are the press, hinge, squat, and carry. The pull is the other variation of upper body strength. The anterior portion is the press, or the push variation, and then this one here, the pull, is going to use the posterior side of the body, shoulder blades and shoulders. Great for posture. So this is the second of the upper body exercises or core movements, okay? So I'm going to go over that. I always like to reiterate that in order to execute these movements well, you really want to know how to control your trunk and your shoulder blade movements. So I'm going to reference a video on making sure you know how to control your scapular muscles as well as your pelvic region, lumbopelvic, meaning low back and pelvis. Those will be attached or available to you as well as a way to build the skill and awareness of your body. But for now, we're going to talk about the pull, which, like I said, is going to focus on the back side of your upper body. With a pull, there are various types of exercises, various angles in which we do them, various materials or tools we'll use, whether it's bands, barbells, kettlebells, any sort of weight, okay? So the movement with a pull is going to be any type of shoulder, either retraction and pulling of the arms and shoulders together, bringing something to you, meaning pulling, which sounds logical, right? Whether it's whether the weight itself is a free weight, or if you're holding onto a band. So imagine I'm holding onto a band and I'm really squeezing the shoulder blades, bringing that band to my midline. That's an example of a pull. And other angles in which we like to build strength is really important too. So an example of a pull in an overhead movement versus something more shoulder height is going to be a pull up. So you're grabbing onto something and you're really bringing that item, that bar, closer to your midline, okay? So same thing, you're using the shoulder blades where you're started in an upright position. The shoulder blades are either protracted, again, reference that video if you don't know what that means, or upward rotated. And you're really bringing the shoulder blades either down and back or downward rotated, but you're really leading the movements with the shoulder blades and in combination with the shoulder and forearm, okay? So I'll give you an example. So visually, you can imagine holding onto a band or a cable, and you're holding onto it and you're really squeezing your shoulder blades together as you pull that band. Another variation is a row. So this is just one of very many. A row is an example of a pull. A pull-up is an example of a pull. So those are all subcategories of pulls. This one here is just another visual for you to see what we're trying to do. This is a single arm kettlebell bent over row. So there's a lot of names because there's so many types of variations. So you come in a more protracted position, and then you squeeze your shoulder blade, bring it up as you bring that weight up as well. Okay, so this is an example of pull. You're pulling the weight or the resistance to you versus pushing it away like you would in a push-up. And you can always reference that push press video for reference on some examples of that. Okay, so that's an example or a couple concepts of pulling. It's really important that we use the shoulder blades and the upper body in conjunction because it's going to work on all the 17 plus muscles that attach to the shoulder blades that also attach to your ribs and your middle back, which help us with posture, which decreases pressure and tension through our necks. Okay, so if you have questions with that, feel free to message me, shoot me a video of you either doing one or if you have a question about it and if you need critique, I'm happy to help you. All right, and any of my strength templates that have exercises have videos on them too, so you can reference those.